What do we have at the feeder this morning, kids? Looks like a nice big blue jay. Let's scare that thing away. Frosty out there, isn't it? Do you see any birds at the feeder, Steve? T-Rex? Want to go out the door? Do some weather and more? They flew away quick, didn't they? Next. Very good. 29 degrees. Temperature's been on the rise. Another cold start this morning. A lot of spots were in the teens, and with high barometer cold, have I said that enough over the last couple of days? We had quite the inversion last night. The temperature went down and the dew point went up. And when that happens, you get a heavy frost. Very frosty this morning throughout New England. The ice bucket. Let's go. Solid. Again, still have some clouds out there over the ocean. There is a storm to our east. There's a lot of weather off to our west. Can't quite see it from here. And we are still just barely on the cold side of an old, cold, high-pressure system. When you're on the east side of the high, the air is coming from the north, and northeast had a bit of a sea breeze yesterday. And then when you get on the west side of the high, it starts to warm up. Let's admire the geese for a moment. Just kind of chilling. We saw them do 2 flybys yesterday. Love to see them landing right in front of me. So quite a gradient between the east side cold part of the high and the west side warm part of the high. For example, this morning in Buffalo, New York, just before 7 a.m., it was 46 degrees, while on Cape Cod in Falmouth and Woods Hole, it was 16 degrees. 30 degrees colder on Cape Cod. And even the summit of Mount Washington was 17 degrees. So here at the Eel River in Woods Hole, saltwater ice this morning, a skim, was colder than the top of Mount Washington. And it's the 10th day in a row with snow on the ground. From Connecticut to Cape Cod, we're also, since Valentine's Day, it has not been above 40 degrees, and we've had 8 mornings in a row near 20 or colder. And with that, you get the February sun melting on the melting the snow on the south side of the building with icicles. Look at this ladder of ice, Brandon in Harwich. Thank you for sharing. All that ice is going to start melting for real now. We're really going to start to warm it up. And what else? I wanted to show something else. Oh, yes. The Mattakese Wharf webcam on Barnstable Harbor. So pretty this morning with the light cumulus clouds reflecting off the still water. No ice there, but real frosty on the south side of the building there. You had all the snow melt, but you had the frost last night. And on the north side of that roof, you still have snow on the ground. So the days are numbered for snow on the ground. We are really turning a corner now. I love all the seasons pretty much equally, but I always get sad when they end. And this is really going to be the end of the steady winter chill we've had. Off and on, we've had several waves. No snow on the ground here near Boston. Well, it's been snow on the ground Cape Cod 10 days. The little pile I got last 2, look at that. It's not even frozen. It's still powdery how I left it back on Tuesday. Well, actually, it was really wet that day. And there's the very frosty worm farm. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit sentimental this morning because the forecast is for a warm wave to come in here. And there's plenty going on. Oh, look at the sun just hitting the roof right there. It's still frosty right there. A lot of fronts on the map. Here's a wider view of the surface map. Look at all those fronts across the Midwest, and we got energy to the north, we got energy to the south and east and west, just this nice, narrow, high-pressure system that stretches from southeastern Canada all the way down to Florida. I was in the 30s in Florida this morning, even near Havana, Cuba. It was 50 degrees, cool air all the way down. Havana, I think that's close to a record low temperature this morning in parts of Cuba. So this is a huge high-pressure system. But the squeeze play is on, and it's going to be squeezed out. The radar shows some pretty good precipitation there near Montreal, stretching back to New York. Well, that's going to stretch out and break in pieces. So that's what we have. We have a lot of pieces that are going to be disjointed in the weather over the next several days. We're going to have a low go to our north today and tomorrow, and that low is going to be stronger to our north than the one going to our south tomorrow. So that means more of a warm air advection than when the low is stronger to your north, the air comes in from the southwest and you warm it up. And if the low is stronger to the south, the air would come in from the northeast and we would hold the cold. Excuse me. Bottom line is we're going to have elements of precipitation coming through here. Let's go to the latest NAM 3K high resolution with the snow coming in tonight. Blue is snow. Looks like it's going to be pretty heavy across parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine for a time, right through about sunrise tomorrow morning, while in southern New England, just a little mix and not much goes on. And then that kind of shuts off, low pressure takes off, and then the Arctic front comes through tomorrow night without much snow. It's just going to be cold and wind coming in here Saturday morning. And the latest guidance says that Arctic chill I've been talking about so much this weekend is not quite as strong as I was thinking. I was thinking Saturday might be one of the most windy and cold days we've had, rivaling any this winter, but now I think more like just kind of typical 20s south, teens in the mountains, and single numbers at the mountain tops on Saturday with winds gusting past 30 miles an hour. And that Arctic cold is going to lift out very quickly. You want to see what I've been talking about, how the northern stream and the southern stream is not going to phase. Take a look at the jet stream here at 500 millibars. And the red to yellow, that's a very strong jet coming out of southeastern Canada. And then there's a weaker kind of element to the south. And the two northern stream, southern stream do not phase. So you got your southern stream trough taken off. It's called a positive tilt trough when it's not that sharp. And in the northern stream, it does sharpen up a little bit, almost goes to a neutral to negative tilt trough. And what that means is sort of a deeper cup. And those negative troughs are the ones that slow down the systems and cause them to strengthen. But that happens after it goes by New England. So there's a strengthening storm leaving New England this weekend. And then you get the ridging coming at us with a major warm up the middle of next week. And then some troughing after that with March starting off cold. But no signs of any kind of winter storms here. So the warm waves, it looks like, are going to start outdoing the cold waves. Now we can go, show you one more thing. I didn't show you the snow accumulation map. I jumped from the NAM to the big picture. Now let's go back to the possibility of the snow for tonight into tomorrow. And it's really elevation dependent. Looks like some of the spine of the Green Mountains comes in with more than 5. Those little dots of purple, that's 6 to 10 inches. And it looks like the most snow wants to fall on the tallest mountains in Baxter State Park, Maine. NAM says maybe Mount Katahdin gets 15 inches of snow in the next 36 hours. I'll take the under on that. I don't think it's going to snow that much. But certainly wintry here this weekend after a little warm-up tonight, tomorrow morning. Okay, and now let's go to the lower 48 and do the play-by-play on the next 10 days. There's our southern system racing away from the northern system tomorrow with the cold front coming through tomorrow night. And then cold high-pressure system with strong winds early Saturday. High goes right over us Saturday night, Sunday morning. Radiational cooling, very cold, not too windy, briefly early Sunday. And then the wind picks up with another low going to our north Sunday night and Monday. That's a warm front with wind from the southwest. All of a sudden, we're back from 0 degrees in the morning to 32 in the afternoon. And that includes northern New England with a little dose of colder and snowy weather Monday night into Tuesday in the mountains of especially northern New England, and then somewhat colder on Tuesday morning. But then a major warm front's going to come through here with some mixed precipitation possible Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then we are in the warm air and windy. And now, depending on how much sun, and if the wind is more from the west than the south, we could be in the 60s. But right now, it looks like more of a southerly wind that'll keep us in the 50s, with the front not coming through until Thursday the 29th, leap day. On next Thursday, the front has slowed, and that would keep us warm now for both Wednesday and Thursday. So that's a little change to the forecast from yesterday. Before that front comes through Thursday night now, with rain, and thunderstorms, and rain going to snow in the mountains, then colder air briefly March 1st and 2nd. That would be next Friday, Saturday, with no storms on there. Every once in a while, the models have put a storm on there with the cold air coming in 9 days, but then another major warm front after that. So it looks like overall, after this weekend, the warm waves are going to outdo the cold waves. You can see that in another perspective here on the Boston 14-day wave of cold this weekend, wave of warmer, then wave of colder March 1st. That's generated by the Euro, and it's usually 24-hour delay. Birds are singing. Admiring the geese here. Did I show the Eel River? Yeah, I did. I showed the Eel River ice this morning, saltwater ice. And that's it. The ice is gonna all start melting. The snow is gonna melt on Cape Cod. It was a fun run for you guys. You had more snow on the ground than we did. Thick frost this morning though, does that count? What do you see, T-Rex? What do you see? So yesterday we were out in the yard taking down some Christmas lights and admiring the birds. And so now I'm gonna talk a lot about the birds as spring comes in here. And the moon, which I said was, we were between moons. Well, I think it's almost a full moon. I think maybe the full moon is today. Is it? I should have looked that up. It looked really good last evening from Bert's Boatyard. And so, yeah, the birds and admiring the crows yesterday and a little bit of saltwater ice down there at near the Four River Bridge. Very low tide, very high tide. There's been some reports of marsh flooding, high tides here with the moon full. It's called the snow moon. It is snowing in parts of New England tonight and tomorrow. All right, that's 11 minutes. That's enough, Tim. On to the and more from yesterday. Oh yes, happy birthday, George Washington. February 22nd is George Washington's birthday. Let's admire Steve a little bit more for a second here. In the sun. All right, talk to you later. So I'm going to be a lot more about the birds now as the season advances. I see the two crows up there. As I approach, a bunch of other crows just came out of nowhere and flew over my head, because there's never just one crow. They're everywhere. I'm surprised these two are letting me hang this close. Get him, Rex. Climb that tree right over there. Not that tree, behind you, Rex. Over there. Wrong tree. Stop. I know. It's too nice for indoor work, isn't it? All right, come on out. You watch the birds. You watch me work. You just stay right here. Come here, Rex. What do we got there? I don't think it's the eagle. I can't see it in the sun. It's right over my head. It's a red-tailed hawk. That's what all the crows were just squawking at. Yeah, that's what they do. Oops, where'd he go? There they go. Anyhow, out in the front yard, T-Rex enjoying the sunshine. And TK2 dismantling more lights. Not all of them, but most of them. It's gardening season. The hardest one and the most frustrating light every season is the one that goes on this umbrella. This weeping cherry umbrella. These ones are so hard to put on and take off, especially when you wrap them up in there really tight like that. But at least we have the birds to entertain us and some blue sky. Boy, just one tiny little cloud. It feels like the temperature just went down. The road is just too close. Loves that. Rex, you keep an eye on Steve for me, all right? Thanks. How the plants doing? Got a couple different narcissus in there. I think those are the daffodils, those are the narcissus, something like that. Tulips, I don't think are up yet. And we talked about this last week. The mums turning green. Looks like they're gonna survive. If we can avoid a 0-degree morning, which I think we're on the other side of. What do you think, Steve? Watch the birds? Fun bird watching day. Does that count as a bird? Whirly bird. T-Rex says that's affirmative. That's a bird. Oh no, that's a person. Hi. Rex, calm down. Be like Steve. Where is Steve? He's gone. He's in there somewhere. I suppose it'd be easier to pull you out from the side, right? Where are we going? Oh yeah, flat spot for a rub. I haven't had a rub in like 15 minutes. Covered with sticks. Gonna walk in low, just in case there's any eagles soaring by. So that morning cloud just evaporated. That's what happens sometimes with these altocumulus, especially when there's warm front around. And then you get the high level moisture showing up, which reveals and manifests in condensation trails. Not the government spraying. That is H2O that was already in the atmosphere. Expanded, cooled, and condensed. Condensation. Want to go in? And just because we haven't seen Mitt in a video in some time, care to join us? Well, the other ones went inside. Want to come out, Mitt? Check out the sun? Come on. Go ahead. It doesn't move too fast, so I'm fairly confident. As long as he doesn't go into the bushes, I'll be able to contain him. All right, Mitt. Just sit right down there, enjoy the sunshine, and smile for the audience. This might be it for the and more. Can we see your face? Mitto. Hi. Beautiful day. Mitt doesn't do the rollover thing. I don't think he would get back up if we rolled him on his back. All right. That's good. Can you do something playful? Want to play? Play? Mitto. You just be handsome. Just be your beautiful Mitt self. Put you behind the narcissist. There you go. Is that enough and more? Oh, there's always going to be more and more. Getting to be about 3:30. Time for Bert's board meeting. And we found a little bit of saltwater ice here. Very soft saltwater ice. Very low tide. Amazing boats come in and out of here, isn't it? But they do. Got some new dockage. I don't know where that's destined for. Maybe South Shore. And the clouds, which evaporated, tending to fill back in now. This time of year, the higher sun can evaporate the clouds in the middle of the day, and then they'll come back. And a little treat. A little bit of a sundog up there. That would be refraction of sunlight off of ice crystals to close our day on February 21st. The and more part of George Washington's birthday, the 22nd. Talk to you tomorrow. Wait, one more question. If you found in the rack line a bee's hat, kind of just sitting there all soggy, would you take it? Oh, this will clean up nicely. Oh, yeah. This is going to be great. For sure. I'll clean this right up. Let's start right now, right here. Oh. A little closer to full than I was thinking earlier when I looked at the tide clock. Oh, well. Hey, there's a jet and a moon. Haha.